Let's head right to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hey, love the show. Just want to hear your thoughts on the two offensive linemen at the Browns side. I feel like they've overpaid for both of these guys, and I get it. It's free agency. That's going to happen. But if you look at some of these other teams that signed offensive linemen, other than Linderbaum, Cleveland is the only one who gave these guys massive extensions for offensive linemen to guys who aren't really rated that good at their own position. These two guys, 70, 80 million between the both of them. You should have just went and got Tyler Linderbaum to have you a stalwart in the center because you can move Whippler over to guard. But I know it's a position of need, but I feel like they definitely overpaid. Just want to hear your thoughts. Go Browns.
Without question, that's likely, and there's an explanation for that. Peter Schrager from ESPN says it better than I could.
There's the crappy team tax, like everyone's saying, oh, they overpaid. They're a crappy team. You have to overpay sometimes to get people to come to a crappy team. Now they're not going to be a crappy team.
Sorry, Peter.
Look at the Patriots last year.
We don't use the word overpaid. Like no player is ever overpaid. When Dominique Foxworth is on the Get Up program, we find another word other than overpaid because none of these guys are overpaid. I'm sorry.
Let's welcome in Fred Greetham, senior analyst for the Orange and Brown Report. And Fred, Dominique Foxworth was part of the NFL Players Association, which is why he is saying that, the negotiating arm of it, the executive team. They probably did overpay for these guys. And the question about the extension, it's probably what they needed to do to get them signed and, on the team.
Well, yeah, I thought when the question was being asked, by the caller, I thought I was going to answer it, but then you brought in the guys from TV, and yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, the Browns back in the day, in the early, even 99, 2000, 2001, the free agents, they basically came, you remember that, they came here to retire. They came here, got their big payday because they got overpaid, and then you never heard from them again after a year or two. I'm not saying that's how it is now, but in free agency, unless they have absolutely no suitors, you're going to have to be the highest bidder. And I heard they were in on Linderbaum, but when you're getting $27 million a year, like $9 million more than what the previous highest center was, and even the Ravens bowed out of it, that's exactly what it is. And so, especially a young ascending, I mean, Johnson is coming off his rookie contract, so those are the guys that Barry likes to get. Former #1 pick, 26 years old. And the trade for Titus Howard was a trade. And whether he was going to agree with it or not, I don't know if he had any choice, but the Browns immediately renegotiated, so they had him under contract. So yeah, I get it. They're paying more, but when you're starting over, especially if Batonio ends up retiring, basically you're looking at 5 new starters on the offensive line, 4 if you're counting DeJuan Jones, already a starter. So you're going to have to do it, and I'm okay with it. These two guys might not be at the top of the list, but when you look at durability, I think Johnson only missed 2 games in his 4 years, and Howard about 2 or 3 in his career. And so if you followed the Browns, especially the offensive line, it's been a mash unit for the last 3 or 4 years. They couldn't keep 5 guys healthy out there. So I think that has a lot to do with it. And so, yeah, they overpaid. But if that can get them through, the Watson contract where they can go and through the draft and add another couple starting offensive linemen, then I think you can be in a stronger position as things go forward.